the last smoke map I have to do, and that map is just wild. And that map being Anubis. Well, what's going on, everyone? My name is VinnieBB, and welcome back to some CS2. And yes, we are doing only T-side smokes on the map of Anubis. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of suck with this map, so if I do miss a certain smoke lineup or a certain spot that you throw smokes in, you know, you can throw them all willy-nilly, but I'm just showing the lineups. So if I do miss something, please let me know. Leave some comments down below, like some feedback on how I did in the video, if this helped you at all. And if you guys have been enjoying the videos, make sure you like and subscribe. We got more videos on the way. Vinny's brainstorming some good ideas, so stay tuned for those. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, I stream like CS2 every night. We're giving a knife away on the 27th, but we also give away some, you know, like pink skins, some red skins, some whatever skins, what it may be on my Twitch channel. So if you guys want to be part of that, link is in the description down below. And this has been a while since I've done this. How to set up a smoke map. If this is your first time, you go to play, you go to practice, you're going to turn on infinite warm-up, ammo, camera, and we're going to go to Anubis, and we're going to go right into it. Now, before we even go to the site that I'm going to start on, which is the A site, I'm actually going to show you one smoke real quick on how to smoke off the B connector over here. Say if a CT's playing with an M4 or an AWP or whatever the gun may be, they're just picking you guys off when you're trying to, you know, rotate right through here towards that A site. Well, I can show you one easy smoke to smoke that off so you guys can make that A site cross way more easier. For this off spawn, all you're gonna do is come up to this third pillar here, line your body right up against it, and we're gonna aim at the bottom left corner of this yellow, I would say towel or tapestry or whatever this is on the clothesline. We're gonna hold our smoke out and just jump through. And say if we're crossing towards A, you know, we're coming down the stairwell after I throw that smoke, you could see that the smoke, when it pops, the full thing gets covered. Now if I was a CT over here, I cannot see through it. So we can easily make our way towards that A site, and let's just start on the A site. Starting off, I'm going to show you a couple easy ways you could smoke off heaven on the A site. Now, before we get into the spot of the first smoke, we're going to be using this edge of the box as an example. And now say this is like the halfway point of the box right here. We're going to be aiming a little bit over the halfway point. So about where my gunshots are in the box. And you'll see. So we're going to come up to this like corner here of the water, and we're going to aim as where I put those gunshots at. And we're just going to aim right on it. And all we're going to do is just jump through. And as we do, say if we're playing a CT and we're playing up in heaven, the smoke does pop and it covers the entirety, both left and right of the smoke of heaven. So they have to go over towards Plat and completely smoked off. Now I'm also going to visualize this next heaven smoke. So what you're going to do is you're going to aim right next to, I believe this is Arabic text. If it's wrong, I do apologize. I'm really horrible at finding out different languages, but we're going to aim about right around this area next to the text. So what we're going to do is come into this corner of this wood and this brick, go right into the corner, and we're going to aim right next to that text. And all we're going to do here is walk and just jump throw. So in one motion, we're going to walk, jump throw. You don't even have to walk that far, but as you can see, right when it bounces off that wall, smoke will pop. If we are playing as a CT, both left and right get smoked off. And once again, CTs have to wait for the smoke to pop or rotate out. Next up, I'm going to show you two different ways you could smoke off Plat from outside of A. First up, we're going to be on the upper part outside of A here, and we're going to come up against this wall, and all we're going to do is stand and just aim at this curvature part of the window, and all we're going to do is just throw it. Now, say if we're coming in as a T-sided player, and we see that is all smoked off, the only thing we have to worry about is people swinging out from the smoke all the way over here to site, which is a wide open space. So any CTs who are playing here can't see through the smoke at all. They can rush over to heaven if it's not smoked off, and they could also swing out to the right. But then again, a wide open space for them to get. The next Plat smoke is a little bit harder, so I'm going to have to show you where you're going to be aiming at before you throw the smoke. So we're going to be aiming at this part right here. It's like a little bumped out crack, but it's in this corner here. It's right underneath where that is. So I'm going to put a couple bullet holes in there just to make sure you guys know where to throw it at. So we're going to come up to the same corner once again in water, and we're going to aim at that crack right there, and all we're going to do is just jump throw. Now as we do, it bounces off the top arch, and as you can see, this one also lands perfectly on Plat. And like I said for the first smoke, any CTs who are playing here, they could go back to heaven, like over here, or they could swing out and risk getting shot at. And you can see that the thing is entirely smoked off. Even if they try to jump over it, they could jump over it, but that would be too great for them. So this is also a pretty good Plat smoke to help you take that A site. Next up, I'm going to show you one smoke you could throw that is super crucial to smoke off A connector from mid to A, because this is a place where a lot of people like to rotate from. Now, this is the only version I've seen. If there's other ones, hey, I'm sorry, but this is the only one I have seen, so I'm going to transfer the information to you. So what we're going to do is come up to this cylindrical brick thing here, line our body right up against it, and all we're going to do is just aim at the middle top part of this arch here, and we're going to hold our smoke out and just throw it normally. And as we do, it'll bounce inside. And like with all volumetric smokes, the smoke will fill. And the only thing the CTs can do is run through it. But they can also, you know, boost over it. That's a very, very rare occasion that'll happen, but they could wait for the smoke to go through. They could flash out and run through. They could rotate back. It doesn't matter. But once you get past that part that's like, you think they could boost, free sight. So you can take that A site and get that bomb down. Now the last thing for A site is throwing like a cross smoke at this general area right here. Now there's no specific way on how to throw it so it's perfect so it could cover you from connector and from plateau. But the best thing you can do here is once you have like fountain over here cleared and you know you have heaven cleared, you can just underhand that smoke, and no matter how you throw it, just try and get yourself some cover from connector, from plateau, so you guys can get that bomb planted on site. It's better to do an underhand throw than any lineup, because personally I can't find a lineup to make it super perfect. So an underhand throw, so it touches this pillar over here all the way to this like circular thing in the middle of A site clear. Try and underhand that if you want to. Just make sure you gotta get heaven and fountain cleared, and you can take that A site and just plant that bomb. Next up, I'm gonna show you how to smoke off anybody who's playing over here in mid. The smoke will land right around here, so you guys can, you know, jump out the window and try to take the A site from connector underneath. Now, obviously, you can take your smoke and smoke off the cross, you know, bank it off the wall. But if you expose yourself too much to mid, you might get picked off. So you can throw this smoke off rip in your spawn. All you're going to do is come up to this third pillar here on the wall, put your body right up against it. And now we're going to aim in the middle part of this brick on the last window over here, just right in the direct center of it. And all we're going to do is just jump throw and release. So as we do that, we're going to make our way over. Say we threw that off of rip, off spawn, and we hear that smoke pop, and we're going to make our way even faster. The smoke is still popped. And you know what? They're probably confused. Maybe they'll push through the smoke, but if they're really opping here, it's dumb from the push through the smoke. So you can just jump down and take that fast up B connector, and you know, take that site super easily. Now say you want to take mid, and you want to smoke off anybody who's playing over here in this part of mid. Say they're playing with an op. You can also throw the smoke from T-spawn as well. So what we're going to do is come up to that same third pillar, put your body right up against it, and all we're going to do is aim at the corner of where this blanket meets the top of the brick over here. So about around this general area. All we're going to do is hold out our smoke, and we're just going to jump throw. Almost said crosshair. So as we can see that the smoke will pop deep, and say if I'm a CT player and I'm opping here, just completely smoked off. If I push myself way up, can't see anything. No matter what. The only thing you have to look out for is anybody who is playing there is now smoked off. They could come over to door, you know, and they could peek over here now. So just be very careful of that. Next up, I got a lot of smokes to show you for that B site. I'm going to show you the easiest smoke that you could throw to smoke off connector. For this here to come up this upper level outside of B, stand up onto this corner over here. And all we're going to do is aim right here in between this two circular parts of the beams here, right in this corner here. I'll have it zoomed in so you guys can see. It's kind of hard to describe what these are. And all we're going to do is just throw. And as you can see, it'll bounce off the tall pillar. Any CTs who are playing in connector, when they get smoked off, cannot see anything because the volumetric smoke covers all the entirety of the doorway. So watch out for any CTs who could play in the smoke, but you got that perfectly smoked off. Next up, I'm going to show you how to smoke off the right side of site. That's to block off any CTs back here trying to hold you guys from B main. For this, what you're going to do is make sure that no one is playing over here. Make sure you're completely covered from there. And you're going to come up to this left side of boxes right into this corner. And all we're going to do is line up the line right here with this big middle rectangle. And you'll see what I mean. Take our crosshair on the line, and we're going to work our way downwards until we hit this spot about right here. And it's in the middle of that big rectangle square here. Now, if you're a little bit off, that's perfectly fine. But the big part here is we're going to hold out our smoke, and we're going to run through. But make sure you don't expose yourself completely to the B side, because anybody who's holding back, like CT area, could definitely see you if you run too far. So watch how as I do it. I'm going to do it in one motion. As I run and throw, I'm going to move to my right. Now, I barely peeked out, so if they have fast reaction time, hey, that is supreme. But as we can see, that once it gets smoked off, they have to, like, rotate towards the right side. They could wait. They could hide in smoke, which you got to be careful of. But they can also jump on this, so I would be very careful. Although the smoke does rise a lot, they could kind of still see over it. So don't rule this out as they got smoked off. That's perfectly fine. We can take that site. You just got to be careful because that, like this block right here, they could use that to their advantage. Next up, I'm going to show you how to smoke off palace from B main. So right when you come into B main, what we're going to do is get up on this ledge into this corner, press our body right up against it, and all we're going to do is aim at these like U-shaped things on top of the wall here, and we're going to aim at the last one at the very bottom part of the U. Not in the dark area, but right where that U-shaped line meets to that dark part. And all we're going to do is aim in the middle part of it at the bottom, and we're just going to throw the nade regularly. And as you can see on the mini map down there on the bottom left, once we come out, we can see that this whole thing will get smoked off. And if I'm a CT player, can't see anything, I would have to push out of this, but that'd be a dumb thing. You just gotta wait for the smoke to fade if you are a CT player, but now you got that whole thing smoked off, and it's really easy to remember that smoke. Now, there have been different callouts for this one, but I've called it street, I've called it lane, I've called it CT. Well, basically, that is CT. We're going to call this lane for now, but I'm going to show you one smoke on how to smoke off lane. So for this, what you're going to do is come up to this second, like, arch over here, right in the middle, and we're going to press our body right up against it into this small, tiny corner here, and all we're going to do is aim in between the third and fourth decorations at the bottom part where this, like, tiny line is. And all we're going to do is just regularly throw the nade. And as you can see, as we're flying through the air, it's going to smoke off the entirety of lane. If I am a CT here, left side smoked off, right side completely smoked off. And, you know, obviously I could push up into the corner, but that won't help me. If I push through it, that won't help me. So this is a perfect smoke to smoke them all off. Just be careful. They could be playing in the smoke. Just be very careful of that. And the last thing for B side, I'm going to show you how to smoke off the left side cross for B side. For this, you're going to come into B main once again, and you're going to come over to this curved wall, press your body right up against it, and you're going to aim at the bottom of this third U-shaped thing here, at the very bottom part of it. And all we're going to do is hold our nade and jump throw. And as we do, it's going to bounce off the top over there. And say if we're going to site and we got that smoked off, we could see that, boom, it entirely smokes off both left and right side. And it gives us smoke to cover to plant, which is actually kind of cool. Just be very careful of any CTs, you know, lurking in the smoke. They might get you when you're planning. You know, they might swing out to the right here. You know, a lot of factors may vary into here, but that smoke will help you get that plant down. We'll smoke everything off. You just got to make sure, playing in the smoke, watch out. And if they're swinging out the right side, watch out for that as well. Now for the second left side smoke cross, if you can't remember the first one, this one does work. The smoke is a little bit more towards you guys and the site, but it does cover the both left and right side of the wall, so you guys can cover that whole area back there from the CTs trying to see you guys. And for this smoke, it's a little bit more riskier because you got to make sure that this is cleared here. But say in a perfect world, this is cleared. So what we're going to do is come up to this box in this walkway, get right up in between it, and all we're going to do is aim in the middle of the brick. And all we're going to do is a mini run through. Not too far, but just a little bit. So as we run through and smoke it, you'll see that the smoke actually pushes more into the site. But then again, it smokes everything off. Even if we're playing back here, we can't see over it. CTs could be playing the smoke. Just once again, be very careful of that. And you can easily get a smoke plant going on here. Just be very careful about that. And those are all the smokes that you need for B site. I try to keep them super easy and not anything too complicated where it bounces off one thing into the other. So I hope you guys enjoyed those B side smokes, and hopefully those help you. And I don't know where the country accent came from. And there you have it. Those are all the T side smokes you need to know on the map of Anubis. I know I've probably missed some, you know, different ways on how to throw a certain smoke. I try to keep every smoke as simple as I can in this video because a lot of them are kind of complicated. I had to watch a couple of videos to see, like, can I throw this one differently? And, you know, it was kind of harder. It was like, oh, I don't think I'll hit that in game personally. So I try to keep them as easy as I can, you know, just to simply remember where to throw it and how to throw it. So if this video did help you, please leave a comment down below, leave some feedback. Hopefully it went well. And this is the last of the smoke series. I did enjoy doing all of these, and hopefully, like, not just this video, but all the other videos that I did helped you out. And I do appreciate every single one of you who have supported me on this type of videos. I'm surprised that they did well. I mean, I learned smokes a long time ago, but I completely forgot them and I remember them again, and I just wanted to share all the information with you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed all of that. Once again, if you want to like and subscribe for more videos in the future, I'd greatly appreciate that. If you want to follow me on Twitch for, you know, to see me play some CS2 and see some skin giveaways, you know, start joining them, hey, go right ahead. It's all up to you guys. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time, boys and girls. Peace!